Welcome into the five-star sit-down alongside Devin Henry. I'm Jordan Ham. We are now joined by Kevin Kaplan of the Polynesian Bowl. There are so many great All-American and postseason bowls, and the Polynesian Bowl is definitely one of them. Kevin, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, aloha. Great to be here.
So the Polynesian Bowl in its third year as a part of the Polynesian Hall of Fame weekend. What is it about this bowl game in particular that resonates with the players and makes it such a hot commodity among some of the best players throughout the country?
Well, first off, I got to tell you, we're very fortunate to have the great leadership of Troy Polamalu, Jesse Sapolu, Ma'o Tanavasa, Vai Sikahema, and others who really have laid out a great vision. And the vision is for the Polynesian Football Hall of Fame is to honor the past and celebrate the future. And as you guys know, Polynesian athletes have really exploded on the scene of late. There have always been great players from Junior Seau and others. But here today with Marcus Mariota, Tua Tagovailoa, and others, Polynesian athletes have really exploded on the scene. And even in Arizona, some really terrific players of Polynesian ancestry. So a couple of years ago, the board chalked out this vision to really create a different kind of all-star game. One here in the heart of Polynesia in Hawaii, to bring Polynesian players and non-Polynesian players together. The goal here was to celebrate culture, share the beautiful culture of Polynesia with others, and it's been an amazing thing. Our game is a little different in the sense that it really is an emphasis on culture first and football second, and so the players will really learn a lot. Even kids from back east and the south will really get their first experience with Polynesia. The kids learn a haka and also a lot of great football. And I think what has happened, it's really been organic, how our game has just exploded on the scene. I mean, we only kicked off our first press conference announcing the game 27 months ago. This will be our third game this year. And now it has become the hottest high school football invitation. I think, a lot of the top kids view our game as, one of the games that they got to do along with maybe, one of the other games out there. And this is the last high school, major high school all-star game. The game will be on CBS Sports Network, which was a major milestone for us. To get a multi-year television agreement, not only will the game be live, but there will also be a rebroadcast of the game within 7 days from playing. And so we're really excited. We've got incredible sponsors, Riddell and Nike, the two 800-pound gorillas in the football world. The only major all-star game that they sponsor is the Polynesian Bowl. We're real proud of that. And I think it speaks to what we're trying to build here, and I think it shows how they feel about the direction and the trajectory of our game. And so, we're really excited. Body Armor is another exclusive major partner. They're red hot now. That's Kobe Bryant's brand, and Coca-Cola is a partner in the brand, a really high-end sports drink, great sports drink, and they've really gotten behind us as well. And so I think a lot of people see this as something really special and sort of the future of all-star games and culture and football. And throw in paradise.
Of course, and obviously this is a very unique kind of game, as you were mentioning, and adding in that culture aspect is a big deal. But you're getting these kids back in the major 48. You got to fly them to your island in Hawaii. You got to teach them some culture. And then, of course, you got to put on a great show. How difficult is it to put together this game every single year for the past, now it's 3 exhibitions?
Well, to be honest with you, for all of us involved, from the board of directors to all the volunteers, it's really a labor of love. I mean, heck, if you're going to do a game and get to do it in Hawaii, I mean, that's not a bad deal. And so we're fortunate to have a great place, paradise, to do this in. And so it's just a lot of fun. It's fun to see the players come, many for the first time to a place like this. It's very different from anything in the mainland. And the Polynesian people and the people of Hawaii, I mean, you hear aloha a lot, and aloha, it means it's a greeting. It means thank you. It means love, and there truly is a spirit of aloha here with the people here, and the Polynesian people are incredible. I mean, they're loving. They're people of faith and family and aloha, and so it's really awesome, and it's really a lot of fun.
This year's roster has a strong Arizona showing. 5 players will be on this year's roster: Noah Polagates, Matthew Polomau, Austin McNamara, Gunnar Cruz, and Jacob Conover. What was it about the state of Arizona that made it such a hot spot for participants in this year's game?
Well, Arizona has always been part of our game since we started. We had Ryan Kelly and others year one, and last year Solomon Innes played in the game, and Arizona is really putting out some great players. We're very, very excited that Noah Polagates, who is a relative of Troy Polamalu, one of our board members, will be announcing his college choice live on the CBS Sports Network broadcast. And so, Noah's an incredible player, a great young man. I know all their family's excited. And you got 2 really terrific quarterbacks, Jacob Conover, Elite 11 kid, great success at Chandler. Gunnar Cruz, he joined our roster a little later, and we're so excited about that. And we're working. Coach Mike Leach blessed his participation as an early enrollee, and so we're really excited about Gunnar playing. I know they're really excited about him and Pullman. And Isaiah Polomau, I mean, really an interesting kid, big kid, talented kid, defensive lineman. We're excited to have him. And then Austin McNamara, I mean, one of the premier top kickers. I know he's going to Texas Tech. He is just another, great player from the state of Arizona. So Arizona will be well represented at the 2019 Polynesian Bowl.
Absolutely. On the topic of Noah and his commitment, just how much does it enhance the game experience, having guys commit throughout the game and revealing their college decisions while gameplay is happening?
Well, I think more so from a TV rating standpoint, I think it's interesting for fan bases that from the schools that the players are considering is really good. This year we have 5 players, 3 top 250 players that are going to be announcing on the broadcast, 3 of the 5. And so I think for a lot of them it's exciting. I think for the Polynesian kids, it's a way to do it, with a lot of their family members there being part of it. And so our game really runs deep culturally. And I think for the Polynesian kids to announce nationally, I think is a really, a neat thing, a great honor. And I think it helps the broadcast, from a rating standpoint, but more so I think it's special for the kids to have a chance to do it at the Polynesian Bowl.
So, Kevin, it's great to have you on to talk about this. I might go check some airline flights here in a couple hours, see if I might be able to make it out maybe, because, a game in paradise doesn't sound bad. But to wrap it up, do you yourself have kind of a favorite part of this entire process personally that kind of helps put this all together?
Absolutely. My favorite part is seeing the players get off that airplane, getting a lei put on them, their eyes wide open, seeing really paradise on earth, and getting to enjoy a completely different vibe. I often tell the parents that this is different than another all-star game. This is about culture. This is about a life experience, probably one of the most memorable experiences in a lot of these players' lives that they're going to be part of this week. They're going to get a ton of great gear, but they're going to have special fellowship and a special connection, understanding of what Polynesia is all about. So that really is my favorite part, is to see the players having a great experience and being part of something special. And one final note I would say, speaking of Troy Polamalu and Jesse Sepolu, two of our board members, they joke that the players at the Polynesian Bowl get treated better than when the NFL came here for the Pro Bowl. And they laughed. They said, boy, we didn't get treated that well when we were in the Pro Bowl. And so it's really just a special experience, and for the families as well. And so, look, guys, I would love for you guys to come. So if you come, we'll take care of you. It's not too late, and we'll fix you up with some pretty good press passes, and you'll get to cover a whole bunch of great Arizona players.
We're going to definitely run that up the flagpole for sure. Kevin, we appreciate the time, and good luck over the next 10 days or so as you pull the third Polynesian Bowl off.
Hey, thank you, guys. Aloha.
Aloha. All right, that was Kevin Kaplan from the Polynesian Bowl. And again, one of the more unique All-American Bowls. When you get to throw in the culture of Polynesia and Samoa, and so many players that continue of those backgrounds and heritages, and getting to meld it with other cultures that may not be aware of all the tradition that comes with it. It's a really cool event, and it has really blown up in the past. Again, this is just going to be their third bowl game, but it's really worked its way up to be one of the elite All-American Bowls.
Yeah, I'm sold, so tell Brad I won't be in for a couple days. No, but I mean, this is such a unique experience. I mean, I knew the second that you said that there's a bowl in Hawaii, I'm like, that's cool.
Right.
I mean, it's so difficult to get out there for these kids to raise the money to go out and go to Hawaii. It's hard for a family to vacation there, much less.
Right.
But, it's just such a unique opportunity. You go on the website, and there's some videos of the students and the athletes getting together with a little bit of that culture and doing some of their rituals, and it's just a really unique kind of thing to go to. It's hard to call it just a bowl,
Yeah, and one side story real quick before we wrap this up. Actually, Austin McNamara, the kicker and punter from Highland, who is going to Texas Tech, he's going to be a part of this game. He actually got the Polynesian Bowl invite at a showcase in, I believe, South Carolina. They had already, I was talking to him when he made his commitment, and his dad was telling me that they had kind of already used the budgeted money they had, going on various visits and things like that. So he actually did a fundraiser to get to that showcase, and the showcase he performed really well in, and eventually got that Polynesian Bowl invite. So a pretty cool story there. And so this game's also going to be on January 19th. We wanted to get to Kevin and highlight the Polynesian Bowl early, because I know it's a full, like many of these All-American experiences, it's a full week leading into it. We wanted to make sure we could get him and talk about this and this strong Arizona showing before things really ramped up. But that game is going to be in Hawaii on January 19th. On the CBS Sports Network, so you can check it out then, just 10 days from now. So a lot of really good stuff. Obviously, the Sean Aguano news breaking.
Yes.
That was obviously huge on the recruiting front. And then we got to talk to Charlie Regal, one of my favorite coaches to talk to. That he does not hold back at all, and I love that about him. And then Kevin Kaplan just filling us in on the Polynesian Bowl. Again, 5 players in that one. That one's being played on January 19th. We are approaching the second signing day. Before you know it, it's going to be here. So make sure to keep it to the 5-star sit down each and every Wednesday, and we're going to help break down everything going on within the state with ASU, U of A, NAU, all of the NAIA schools, kind of how everything is shifting in this recruiting world. So make sure to keep it to the 5-star sit down.